Are you a big fan of Ben 10? Do you want to know which of Ben's aliens are the strongest? Well, you're in luck, as this is the place to come to find out. Welcome back to Comet's Top 5s, where today we'll be counting down our picks for Ben 10's Top 5 Strongest Aliens. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content. With that said, let's jump right into our top 5 picks, shall we? Number 5, Feedback. He first appeared in our Ben 10 Powers and Abilities video for his electrokinesis, mainly because of how overpowered it was. But when looking at the strongest aliens in Ben 10 as a whole, we had to think it over. Feedback's electrokinesis allows him to absorb different types of energy, but primarily he focuses on electricity. We've seen Feedback use his energy manipulation to one-shot Ultimate Humongosaur, who is capable of creating earthquakes in the ground by simply punching them. Not only that, but while he was fighting the final form of Malware, Feedback absorbed Malware's energy blast and launched it right back at him with even more power. Kinda reminds me of a full counter. As far as we know, his energy absorption is limitless, as we've seen him contain a blast that was equivalent to the Big Bang. Feedback has shown us time and time again just how strong he really is, and how versatile his electrokinesis can be. Being able to absorb energy at a multiversal level, launch powerful blasts of energy at his opponent, and even flying using his energy as a propulsion system gives Feedback enough props to make our number 5 spot. Number 4, Ultimate Echo Echo. When it comes to sound, Echo Echo is definitely the alien for the job. For this list, we're going to talk specifically about the strength of Ultimate Echo Echo and his feats. Ultimate Echo Echo can manipulate sound waves using the sonic discs from different parts of his body. These sonic discs are detachable from Echo Echo and can be thrown in any direction. The sonic waves emitted from the disc are strong enough to shatter steel and even contain a nuclear fusion grenade blast that was calculated to be multi-continental scale, although it was only temporary. Echo Echo has also been able to knock out Ultimate Kevin with ease, which is saying a lot since Ultimate Kevin, at the time, had absorbed the power of Ultimate Egregor, Dr. Vicker, Gwen, and Alan. Echo Echo's sound waves are also capable of creating a barrier of sound that has been shown to protect him from crystal projectiles from aliens like Diamond Head. Not to mention that Echo Echo can duplicate himself to make copies that all have the ability to create sonic screams, disorienting and incapacitating his opponents. Echo Echo also has immense strength, can survive in space, and has an immunity to low temperatures. Needless to say, he's made enough noise to be on our top 5 list. Number 3, Gravitack. The power to manipulate gravity is a badass ability in itself, so when naming his aliens, Ben had to give him an equally badass name. Gravitack can manipulate gravity to throw around enemies and suspend them in midair. One of his best abilities is that he can transform into a planetoid form to place objects in an orbital tract around himself, causing anything in its range to be picked up and flung around at various speeds. When activating his powers, Gravitack produces an aura around his hands that he can use to create barriers such as a wall or dome to defend himself and others. Crazy as it sounds, Gravitack's gravikinesis is so strong that he can even affect objects traveling at light speed, bringing them to a complete stop. Gravitack has on occasion unintentionally created a black hole by overexerting his gravikinesis powers. It is also said that with enough training, Gravitack could master his ability to create a black hole, turning it into a super black hole, which is basically a quasar. So with the power of gravity on his side, Gravitack takes our number 3 spot. Number 2, Alien X. Alright, comment section, calm down. Just listen to what I have to say about Alien X and about the alien we have at our number 1 spot. Trust me, you'll understand. Obviously, Alien X was gonna be on this list. I mean, reality warping is really overpowered if you ask me. Alien X has the ability to reverse time, create copies of himself, create many black holes, and recreate the entire universe after it was destroyed. He is also capable of traveling to different timelines and dimensions, and he can control another person with literally a flick of his wrist. His reality warping allows him to shapeshift and even regenerate limbs if somehow they get cut off. On top of all of that, Alien X possesses X-ray vision and is strong enough to pierce through extra-dimensional fields with ease. Not to mention, if anything that isn't a celestial sapien tries to make Alien X move, they just can't. They can pick him up and maybe put him somewhere different, but Alien X's body wouldn't injure at all, let alone twitch. Oh, and did I forget to mention that Alien X also has telekinesis, giving him the ability to put someone under mind control? So yeah, Alien X is by far one of Ben's strongest aliens. But before we get to number 1, we can't have a top 5 list without some honorable mentions. Swampfire, Ultimate Swampfire. With the power of chlorokinesis, Swampfire can manipulate plant life telepathically, allowing him to control plants at will. Swampfire can produce flammable methane gas that he can ignite to create fireballs that he he throws as projectiles. He can also throw around seeds that create plant life, which digs into the ground and restrains any targets that are nearby. Since Swampfire's body is made entirely of plants, he can shapeshift it to fit in small spaces, plus he can regenerate his limbs if any are detached, just like when his head was blown off, then he instantly regenerated it. He is even capable of reattaching someone else's limbs, like when he reattached the hybrid's hand after it got bit off. Swampfire's body also produces some form of mud that sticks to anything but himself, which he uses to blind and bind opponents for short amounts of time. Then there is Ultimate Swampfire, who has all of the same abilities, but way stronger and more potent. Ultimate Swampfire's flames become blue, and can melt through brick walls, along with fire bombs that he can peel off his body and throw like a grenade. Crazy as it sounds, he's also resistant to radiation, and can breathe and still generate fire while underwater. Pesky Dust. Being a fairy-like species, pesky dust can release a special kind of dust that makes their victims fall asleep. A few notable species being galvanic mechamorphs, chronosapiens, and even celestial sapiens. Their fairy wings give them increased speed and agility while flying, making pesky dust a hard opponent to catch. He is also capable of entering someone else's dreams, where he can interrogate them, but that's only if they are affected by his sleep dust. Ben uses this technique from time to time to gather information from his enemies. He's also been seen using it to toy with people's minds by taking control of their dreams. Talk about a Benception. As scary as it sounds, if pesky dust were to keep pouring his sleep dust on someone, they would end up getting stuck in a permanent sleep state, rendering them almost catatonic. The fact that this sleep dust can even affect celestial sapiens like Alien X is pretty crazy to think about. Who would have thought that this cute little alien would be the cause for so many nightmares? Hence why it was worth an honorable mention. Number 1. Topic. Now I know what a lot of you are thinking, but bear with me as I explain my reasoning. We don't have much insight into Topic, as there are no records of his species or home planet, but what we do know is that his ability to induce fear in others is on a whole other level. Topic's only real power is that he can induce fear in practically anyone who looks at his face, by tapping into their primordial fears that are stored in their subconscious. There are almost no known beings in the universe that are immune to Topic's fear inducement. His face is said to be so hideous that it doesn't just cause fear, it causes complete terror, nausea, and even makes a person go insane. His power of fear is so strong that it even worked on Zombozo, one of Ben's enemies, that literally feeds on fear. Zombozo's own fear from seeing Topic's face overloaded his machine and ultimately destroyed it. Also, if you're wondering, Topic cannot induce fear in himself because he has multiphasic eyesight, meaning that he has a hard time making out unknowable sights, which include his face, giving him immunity to his own power even if he looked in a mirror. So the reason we put Topic here at number 1 above Alien X is because up to this point we haven't seen a being that hasn't completely lost it or is immune to his fear inducement. And yes, that includes celestial sapiens. I know this will ruffle a lot of feathers, so I'm happy to talk about it more in the comments down below. Well, that's our picks for the top 5 strongest aliens of Ben 10. What did you think of our top 5? What aliens would you have added or changed? You can let us know in the comments down below. If you want to see more content like this, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and click that bell icon for notifications on upcoming content. As always, thanks for tuning in to Comments Top 5s, and I'll see you on the next top 5 video. If you're a big fan of Ben 10 and are looking for other videos like it, make sure to check out our Ben 10 It's Hero Time playlist, where we not only have a how to watch on the entire Ben 10 series, but multiple top 5s, top 10s, and other videos Ben 10 related that you might like. So make sure to go check it out.